I refused to be part of my dad's family after he forced me to live with him. My dad left when I was 2 years old and never bothered being my parent. He moved away and didn't use his visitation rights. For 15 years, I had my mom and that was enough. Then last year, my mom had a stroke. She died 7 weeks later and I was completely destroyed. To make everything worse, the hospital social worker called Child Protective Services and they contacted my dad. I wanted to stay with my grandparents or my aunt or uncle. Any of them would have taken me in a heartbeat. They were the people who actually raised me and knew me. But CPS said I had to be with my parent. A judge actually ruled in favor of my dad over my real family. I tried explaining to the judge that my dad was basically a stranger, but he said it would be good for me to have a shot at having a dad. He told me to make it work until I turned 18. My dad remarried a few years ago and has been raising his wife's 6-year-old son since they started dating. When I moved in, his wife told me I'd fit right in and we'd be a family in no time. She had no idea how much I didn't want any of this. I refused to eat meals with them. I refused to act like an older brother to her son. I wouldn't call them mom and dad or even parents. I just used their first names. I stayed out of the house as much as possible, going to the library or just walking around until it got dark. They tried family therapy and I sat there in complete silence for the entire session. With just the therapist alone, I told her straight up that I didn't want to be part of their family and I wasn't going to make any effort. A few times I left and went to my grandparents' house without telling anyone. Dad's wife would show up threatening to get the judge and CPS involved again, so I'd go back because I didn't want my grandparents getting in trouble. Then she'd lecture me about respecting her and my dad more. I'd just go to my room and ignore her. Now she's 6 months pregnant and losing her mind with stress because the baby changes absolutely nothing for me. I don't care that the kid is related to me through blood. I don't care that she wants us to be a real family. I don't care if it hurts their feelings. A few days ago, they tried sitting me down for another talk. They said they wanted me to try being part of the family at least until I turned 18 and moved out. They said as long as I was living there and they were trying, I should try too. I looked at them and said no. I told them I didn't care if it hurt their feelings and if it bothered them that much, they could always send me home to my actual family. Dad's wife completely lost it. She asked me what the hell was wrong with me and how I had no compassion for the innocent kids involved. I told her I was forced to be there against my will and I wasn't going to cooperate just to make her kids happy. The truth is, I don't think my dad even wants me there. He won't say it out loud, but it feels like this is all his wife pushing for us to be a family. Maybe he's just trying to avoid paying more child support. He barely talks during these conversations. She dominates everything and does all the talking. I have 9 months left until I'm 18. 9 months until I can leave and go back to my grandparents where I actually belong. Until then, they can keep trying to make me play happy family, but I'm never going to give them what they want.